So we're trying to go live. We're on live right now. Whoops, let me see if I can flip this other guy. There we go. Now we're all good. We are going live on 3 different mediums right now. YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, all at the same time. And I'm going to go over some exciting things that we've got going on for the April 8th race this weekend, as well as series standings and everything else at the end. First thing, the juniors are back for another shot at glory. And thank you, Big Orange, for picking up the bill and sponsoring them. So we waive all entry fees. We don't want anything. They were able to take up for all the sheriffs and everything else and the permits and reduce the entry fee to free. They just have to pay the $5 for their license and registration, and they're good to go. After that, I'm still looking for another one. Anthony Regaro picked it up last time. They were completely free. So if anybody's interested in that, probably run right about 200, maybe 250. Now they race completely for free if you guys are interested. Also, just in, from Shimano. Thank you so much, Shimano. Ryan and Dustin from Shimano just donated a pair of brand new Shimano Carbon C40s for the overall winner for the Pro 1-2 men and the Pro 1-2-3 women. That is amazing. I'm so stoked. And these are fantastic wheels. If you haven't ridden them, Dura-Ace, well, Shimano always backs their product, as you guys know. So they make great stuff. In case you didn't know, the overall winner of the bar series for the Masters 55, 45, 35, category 4 and 2-3, they will be getting brand new power meters, in case you didn't know, from courtesy of Watt Team. So those of you that are still competing for that bar series and all the other categories, you guys will be getting some power meters from them. Also, DNA, D9, they are out there. If you don't know Dimitri yet, make sure that you go get to know him. Their team is now going to be kind of the official club that's kind of help with this race, kind of like in old times. And you know, this is their designated race. Back in old times, a club would have to put on an event. Now they're coming up, stepping back up. So if anybody else out there, any other clubs that'd like to be associated with one of our events, please contact us, and then we'll get your name on it, and then you guys can be associated with it. Again, thank you, Dimitri, for helping out. He's going to be donating tons of preams from D's Nuts from, I think that was, gosh, I forget, Zabriskie. I think it was Zabriskie kind of came up with that. Also, we will be having a masseuse out this weekend, and she's going to be out there for the rest of the series. Now, it's $1 a minute. You can schedule it in between your races. If you're doing multiple races, you guys will be able to schedule it in between your races and maybe get a pre-warm-up, in-betweener, and maybe a finish warm-up massage or warm-down massage. You are going to be able to pre-book your times, so that way, no matter what, you'll be able to have your slot. So that way, you know, you're all set. You can email me. I'm also going to send out, if you're not part of our email blast, make sure you get on our email blast, and that's going to go out. And it's going to be ways that you're going to be able to pre-book your spot. And you can pay either PayPal, Venmo, or cash on the race entry. She'll be there. So again, the PayPal and Venmo, you can do that ahead of time. So that way you're automatically guaranteed that 15-minute window. So if you do that ahead of time, you'll get a 15-minute window. And she definitely knows the cyclist body because she's a cyclist herself. All right, now on to the Masters. Oh, I just got a message from my wife. Awesome, Chris. Remember, volunteers first come, first serve. So that if you guys would like to volunteer, please email my wife, Chris, at kandandjracing@gmail.com and get on her volunteer list. It's a first come, first serve on that. All right, on to the standings. So the women's 4-5 in the overall bar, Grace Hutton was in the lead on 2-8, and she remains in the lead come this next race. Closely followed by Paige Handy of Serious Cycling. So and Grace is also part of Serious Cycling. So Sirius Cycling's got a 1-2 going on here. Evelyn Delgado Cruz, she's in 3rd place, just a couple points behind. Again, we'll have all of these results and standings up by the registration table. You guys can check them out. They'll be on the big bulletin board, so you'll see if it's got a red title. Of course, that's the most aggressive. And if it's blue, it's bar. Oh, so actually, I made a mistake. That was I read off Grace Hutton's got the most aggressive jersey. So pardon me. For the overall, Paige Handy from Sirius Cycling was in the lead, but she lost it to Avery Howells of Go Fast in Cycle. She grabbed a little bit of a lead. She's got 63 points versus 57 on Danielle Dornbach. Danielle made an impressive comeback. She did really well. She got 2nd place and a preem, bumped her up into 2nd place, and now she's in contention for this overall series. Good for you, Danielle. Keep it up. Next, we've got the Masters 55 Plus. The most aggressive changed hands. It went from James Wazura from BBI. He's really aggressive. If you haven't seen him, he's just always attacking. He's making this move. He's always pushing the pace of the race. So very aggressive rider. That's awesome. Not aggressive in a bad way, in a great way. Then you've got Greg Liebert. He's going to be putting on the jersey he's got 1 point. I'm sorry, Greg Liebert had it. I'm switching these around. I'm being terrible today. All right, so James Wazura is going to be wearing it. So James, make sure that you pick up your jersey. Greg Liebert had it, but Greg, you're only 3 points behind, so you can recap that, I'm sure, because you're just as off the front kind of guy as he is. The overall, the bar series hasn't changed hands. Big Steve Gregorius. Guy comes down for a field sprint. He pretty much closes the door on everybody. He just wins. He's just really that powerful. So next we're going to go to the Cat 4s. And so last week, Jacob Wells had the most aggressive, but he lost it by 1 point, Leopoldo Gonzalez. Now, Leopoldo, you have both jerseys. I just looked down. You have both the red and the blue jersey. Keep it up. He rides for Sirius Cycling. And man, that's awesome for you, buddy. So make sure that you pick up the blue one because you want to wear, you know, if somebody wins like in the Tour de France, if they've got 2 jerseys, if he's got the yellow and the green, he's definitely wearing the yellow because it's a little bit more prestigious. So make sure you pick up the blue one. Next, we're going to go on to the 45 plus. And I'm looking at the sheets. Last week, Tommy Robles show. This week, Tommy Robles show. I mean, one of these, you know, he's getting a lead actually in both competitions. He's really starting to get a buffer that if a fire comes up, because he is a fireman, he might be able to skip an event, but I mean, he's loving it so much. He's coming out just like you guys are supporting us. Thank you. And like to see you guys, you know, give Tommy a run for his money. He's on fire this year. Good for you, Tommy. Next, we got the category 2-3. Which has been a really awesome category. I'm glad you guys voted for it. I'm glad that we brought that category in because it's been a really fast, fun, exciting category that we added this year. And most aggressive, I'm looking all around the board. Josh Stockinger, you've got them all. Dude, you're wearing both jerseys. You got a little bit of a lead. I'm looking at, for the overall, you got 2 points over Alvin Escalada. Now, you better watch out because those Endo Concept guys, they're getting really fast. They're really starting to work together as a team. Josh, you're going to have to bring some more Monster Media out to help you out. Wave to all of you guys there. I see you guys all joining in and waving at me. So Josh, make sure you pick up the blue jersey at the start of the next race. Next, we've got the Masters 35 plus. Jason Meidoff had it the most aggressive last time, and he continues to wear that. But he also, last race, took the bar jersey from Danny Cam. So Danny, you're only 5 points behind him. You can get it back. This race has been probably one of the most exciting races. It's not the normal typical Sharon show that, you know, you wait and Sharon takes the win. But it's been off the front. If you're not in the break, you're not getting the win or the victory. So Jason Meidoff, make sure that you pick up the blue jersey. You'll be wearing that. And again, all of these will be at the start finish next to my wife at registration. So take a look at the board. These guys will be all up on the white boards. Check it out. So I got top 18 here. However, it goes overall for everything on our website, www.californiabicycleracing.com, and you can take a look at all of the results there. The next one we're going to talk about is the Masters 3-4. This has been really kind of the impact race. They've been kind of dominating the race, kind of like Surf City kind of dominated races for, 5 years. And, I was part of that team, and it was a great team. We worked together, and it really probably wasn't fun for everybody else. But this is the Impact Racing show. They've got both of them. They had them beforehand, and I think the same two remain in the jerseys. You got Mike McClooney. You're going to be in the most aggressive. Good job for you, bud. And we've got Clayton Spoils, who's starting to edge over Elijah Baker in that competition. Elijah, you're winning the races, dude. You're a champ. But you're going to have to start getting those intermediate point streams if you want to catch up to him. Moving on, we've got the women's Pro 1, 2, 3. And no change there. Last week it was Charity and Katie Murdat. Stays the same this time. Charity, you still have the most aggressive. You're leading by 20 points. You're doing a great job. Katie Murdat, you've got 6 points on Shelby Reynolds. But I don't know if Megan is coming back into town. I think she might be. So we'll find out. If it is, it's going to start bringing some fireworks because she's on crazy form in Europe. She's beating some of the guys. She's been in the guys race. What's up, guys? How you guys all doing? She's been beating some of the guys in their races and winning them in Belgium and in Europe. So she is definitely our next Corinne Rivera and, a couple other Champ US pros that are over there showing us how to do it, the women. And last but not least, we got the Pro 1, 2, and this is the Tyler Locke show. There isn't anything that Tyler can't do. The guy's, he's a crit racer, he's a road racer, but he's Mr. Consistency. That's what makes him so good. You're always seeing him how aggressive, and he just really wants to make that race, make it painful for everybody and really try to get off the front. And he's always right there. He's very attentive in the race, and good for you. I mean, really, really awesome. You've got a 6-point, or no, let me see here. You got a 7-point lead in the most aggressive jersey. And you have a 8-point lead over Corey Williams. Now, Corey, Tyler, got a pair of Shimano Dura-Ace wheels that you guys could be sprinting for. So we'll see what happens on that deal. So, all right. So I think that's about it. Again, back to it. We got the juniors back. Shimano, and then WAP team for all of everybody else. Check out, those of you just joining here at the end, make sure you check the front of it because I talked about the new news on April 8th that's coming out. And we got the masseuse. I think this is going to be awesome. You guys are going to be able to pre-register your times for the masseuse and book 15-minute intervals before your race, after your race, in between your race. Now, again, you can just show up on the day, but if somebody already has a pre-regged book interval, you're going to have to wait in line. And it might not correspond, and you're going to be bummed. That's why my suggestion is definitely pre-book for these massages. If you're not on the email list, because how are you going to pre-book? I'm going to put it on our Facebook page. I'm going to put it on our Instagram. And I'm going to send it out on our mass email list. The mass email list really encompasses everything. If you're not on that yet, get on it. You can go to our Facebook page or our web page, and you can sign up for our email mailer that goes out to everybody. Other than that, looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend. And wow, live 3 ways. I don't know which camera here to look at, but we're live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This is awesome. Thank you guys for chiming in, and see you guys at the races.